Good morning or good evening YouTube, I'm back here with another video, and today is just a short preview video of the new hero that comes here this Friday. Trapero is her name. It's a female character that we will be getting here on Friday, and she is from the Salt Harbor faction, attack type, and from the Force mark. Now first of all here, I've already looked a bit at the skills and stuff like that, and she looks very strong. Okay, so I think we need to talk about this one here because I think it is a game changer, and you guys should at least know what you can experience right from this. Alright, so first of all here, let's just zoom in, and I'm sorry that the text is a bit blurred, but it is the official image here, and I did open it in a new tab, but for some reason it's not in high quality, so this will have to do, right? The basic attack is doing 320% attack damage and also 320% attack bleed damage, right? To a single enemy, so no AoE on the basic attack. It also says that it will inflict a bleed for 2 turns, okay? That is very good with the synergy to Vasily, so it helps his Echo, giving him some cooldown reduction on his skills. Now afterward, she's gonna steal 20% mastery from the target. Each target can be stolen 10 times, lasting for 2 turns. So basically, if you somehow manage to hit different targets, maybe if you have a counter attack buff or something like that, I don't know, you can steal like 20% mastery 10 times, right, from each target. So you can get a lot of mastery actually, and even if you just have the boss, then it's still 200% mastery that you will be able to steal. And yes, it says that it lasts for 2 turns, but I'm assuming when we get to the exclusives that she can maybe pursue an attack with her basic attack, right? I think that is what I read earlier here. But let's see, the S2 here, the first skill, is doing 560% damage and 560% bleed damage, also to a single enemy, and it will inflict 2 layers of bleed. So far, we don't need any effect hit at all on this hero here, so she's very easy to build, okay? You can just build her for a pure damage here. Now, her passive effect here, or what I assume is a passive, because that is usually the skill here. Moral boost. When an ally inflicts dot debuff on enemies, Trapero gains 1 layer of fighting will, increases self-attack by 4%, up to 10 layers. If there is a boss among enemies, increases the attack bonus to 500% of the original. And this is crazy actually. I'm not very good at math, okay? So I used ChatGPT just to help me calculate this here, and obviously with 10 layers I can do the math on that, okay? It's 40%. But then I wanted to know, like, what is the 500% of the original? What does that mean? And it basically just means that it's like, instead of 4%, it's actually 24% for each layer. So you're gonna get 240% attack increased against bosses, okay? So if you have, like, let's just say 50k attack, initially you'll get 240% on top of that, because that is what it's based on. So that would be like, I don't know, 100k extra attack, or even more than that. So you'll have like 150k attack in the game. It's kind of crazy, okay? It sounds crazy. We will have to see on first day when we can test her in the trial arena if it's crazy or not, okay? Afterwards, she's gonna cast the flying bullets. Okay, so there it is. It's the basic attack 1 more time to a random enemy. Okay, so that is why it says that you can steal it from multiple enemies, right? This effect can only be triggered once in any turn. Okay, so fine. For every 10 layers of fighting will here, let's just go back to this one here. Sorry for a moment here. She procs the effect when allies inflict dot debuffs. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's bleed. It can also be poison or HP burn or something like that. And you can only have it in any 1 turn, 1 trigger, and she'll do the basic attack also when. So she's gonna be very good to pair with other dot damage dealers, because every time they do dot debuff, she's gonna do her basic attack also, and it actually hits pretty hard, that basic attack, okay? And you'll be stealing mastery, so you're gonna get your bleed damage up a lot. Okay, for every 10 less of fighting will, she's gonna reduce the cooldown of all her skills by 1 turn. That is also crazy. Okay, so every time allies have applied 10 dots in 10 turns, she's gonna reduce her cooldown of her skills. Okay, so pretty crazy, I think. Okay, or maybe this effect can only trigger once. It's just the flying bullets thing. If the every 10 layers thing here can be procced by someone like Vasily on his S4, then she's gonna have a very low cooldown on her skills. So we'll have to see about that as well on Thursday. Sounds very good on paper, to be honest. Okay, tactical sniping here, and this one is the most interesting ability I've seen in a long time. Grants all allies mastery up buff, that is pretty good. Afterward, it deals 900% attack damage and 900% attack bleed damage to a single enemy. Inflicts 3 layers of bleed and then inflicts stun on the enemy for 1 turn, and this effect cannot be blocked. Okay, very nice, and this is a very high multiplier. Very high multiplier. Now, if you pair her with Marie or someone else like that who can then give her the 100% piercing rate, you're gonna hit very hard if you build this lady here with a crit damage and crit rate build, and then just give her whatever mastery you can get, and obviously get attack, right? But and then get her whatever mastery you can get, right? Because she's gonna steal a lot of mastery from her basic attack. And then if you build her like a crit damage dealer, and you also have some piercing rate from somewhere, maybe the new aura or something like that, or Marie or whatever, she can do a lot of damage on paper here. So I'm very interested to see on Thursday how hard she can hit, okay? Because it's going to be 1800 attack damage that ignores defense if you have 100% piercing rate. Some of it will scale with mastery, some of it will scale with crit damage, obviously. Both of them will scale with skill damage, sorry. That was a hard thing to say, right? So I think it's very interesting, this S4 here, okay? Imagine this ability here with a Nigiliv exclusive 3 buff, and you're gonna do this double here. You're gonna do 3600 attack damage that ignores defense. She's gonna hit very hard, I think. But it's only single target, obviously, but on bosses, I think this one might be the new boss damage dealer, even stronger than Marie, but we will see, okay? We will see on Thursday, and when we test her, okay? And don't forget, this is just a normal legendary hero. It's not a limited hero. It's not a limited hero, okay? It's just a normal one, so you can just like pull her randomly from the banner, or I don't know, get her somehow, right? With miracles. So, and then use your Dragon Eye. So let's look at the exclusives here real quick here. When Trapero's turns end, gains stealth. That is good. She needs that for Liuli. Each time Trapero gains fighting will, cleanses 1 random debuff from self. Also good, I guess. She can cleanse CC. Doesn't say it, only attributes, so she can cleanse CC on herself. When casting the additional flying bullets, that is the basic attack, she will select the enemy who has dealt the highest damage by now as the target. So if you have someone that, maybe Lydia or someone like that, who likes to go first, and then you counter attack with the flying bullets, you're gonna hit the Lydia, who maybe don't have as much life or whatever, right? Okay, exclusive 2 here. Now she also inflicts the heavy bleed 2 debuff on all enemies for 2 turns before precise headshot deals damage. That's her S2. So now she can also do the heavy bleed debuff, okay? And once again, it doesn't say that she needs affected, she just inflicts it. That is perfect, we love that. Increases attack by 40% of Trapero's initial attack for allies with the bleed tag. So basically it's like Morikis, but this is an improved version of Morikis, right? Because I think Morikis is, it has a cap. I think it has a cap of like 8% of her attack or something like that. This one here is actually 40% of her attack, so much higher, right? And there's also that 40% thing going on with Morikis, right? And that is why this one also says that this effect cannot be stacked if allies with the bleed tag already have the attack increased additionally, okay? So what it means basically is that if you have both Morikis and Trapero on your team, you cannot get like 40 and 40%, only one of them, okay? But I think we have to test on Thursday if this means that the regular attribute attack buff doesn't work either, because then it's kind of bad. But we will see. It sounds very good on paper, and I'm very interested to see Also interested to see for Liuli, are we removing Kratos or are we removing the Morikis? Okay, we will have to see that. Very interesting. Now, exclusive tree here, tactical sniping, that's the S4. Grants all allies speed up buff. So now you get a speed buff actually from this damage dealer here for 2 turns, and additionally triggers random dot debuff. Okay, so it can be poison, it can also be HP burn. Once after the damage ends, up to 6 layers can be triggered. So it doesn't say it's only bleed damage, it can be poison, it can be, yeah, as I said, HP burn, it can be obviously be bleed, or internal injury. So that is very nice and interesting that she can blow up different debuffs. At the beginning of each wave, grants 1 layer of persistence to allies with the control tag. Persistence when the owner takes fatal damage. The owner is immune to death and restores HP by 1000% of Trapero's attack. Afterward, removes the buff. Okay, and then it says here, when 5 allies with the control tag are deployed, after any ally receives basic attack damage or skill damage 3 times, grants them 3 layers of garrison, which is only 1 HP is lost when taking any damage. After taking basic damage or skill damage once, 1 layer will be removed, which only takes effect once in each wave. So basically what I think is that the intention here obviously is to put her into a CC team, specifically a CC team maybe with Giselle. And then because Giselle's echo, actually the first 3 hits will be the echo, and then after 3 hits this garrison buff will go. So you will have 6 hits in the beginning of the battle while you're only taking 1 HP, which is obviously great, especially with all the pursuit and attack going on. And I also think that this maybe means that you can put Lydia back in the CC team, because even if you proc Kane, he's gonna do his S4 8 times, but you will be taking only 1 damage the first 6 times, so you're only tanking the damage for 2 times, right? And even if you do take the fatal damage, then you will be immune to death and you will restore your HP. Obviously, if you're getting slain by Kane, then obviously you are not going to be immune to death. But yeah, I think this is definitely the intention here, to make the control team just a bit better again, because Giselle and the CC team kind of became very bad now. And like, there's so many counters to it, right? Everyone is CC immune. We have Boreas who is countering Giselle. We have Kane now that counters a lot of them and stuff like that. So I think this is a way to try and just make the CC team just a tiny bit better again, trying to make it work, something like that, okay? Because for PvE this one won't have a change any effect, but for PvP it will have effect, okay? So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you think of this hero here. Are you excited? Are you gonna pull for it? Are you saving for Christmas? Christmas is only like 4 weeks away, guys, so I think we have this banner here, maybe 1 more banner, and then it is the Christmas limited hero. So just be mindful of that. If you don't have a lot of the green gems or miracle wishes, maybe you want to save for limited hero for Christmas. But if you can only get like exclusive 0 on the Christmas hero, I'm pretty sure that this hero here will be better, because you can give her the eyes. Limited heroes, they are never really good at exclusive 0. That is just how the game is at the moment, okay? Anyways, guys, have a nice day. Cheers, bye.